very important, very important session today, and we have distinguished Toastmaster Akshay Singh to take us through the session, which is titled PR Beyond the Poster. The idea being that we all have our clubs where we have a VP PR. We all would have played that role as well, but there is a PR activity beyond just you know the creating the poster and putting it on social media. There is PR which goes beyond just being on Instagram or Facebook. So there is PR going on beyond this as well. And these days, of course, it's become even more important for all of us because whether I don't know whether we lead an active lifestyle in reality or not, which we are supposed to, but we are very active on Facebook, Instagram, and social media. So, without further ado, I will just like to take a minute to introduce distinguished Toastmaster Akshay. He is a data engineer by profession, and he is also a charter member of two clubs, which is All Elite Advanced Toastmasters Club and Goregaon Speakers Community Toastmasters Club. And currently, the he's serving as the VP Education for Goregaon Speakers Toastmasters Club, and he is also the District 98 webmaster. He has been a distinguished area director in the past and a present distinguished division director in the past. And in his free time, Akshay enjoys writing, poetry, cycling, solving Rubik's cubes, and collaborating with Toastmasters worldwide. And he's also very active in environmental initiatives and empowerment projects. With that, I would hand over the podium or the screen to distinguished Toastmaster Akshay. And if anybody else has any questions, feel free to put it into the chat, or you can also ask Akshay at the end of the session, uh, or you can put it into the chat. So with that, Akshay, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjeev. Hope I'm audible.
Yes.
All right. Happy evening, good day to all the members joining in from around. Today, as you all must have heard and seen on the flyer, it is all about how to do public relations beyond the flyer. We often see our club VPPRs making the beautiful posters, engaging with members as well as guests. But today, I want to focus on two different approaches which I have experienced in my journey as a Toastmaster. It was 2 years ago when was the first time I took the role of VPPR for two clubs. It was a hesitantly taken role, but the experience and learnings which I have gathered is something I'm going to share with you all today. So I'll be sharing my presentation. Let me know once it is clearly visible to you. And
Yeah, it's
as
visible.
Thank you, Sanita. And as Sanjeev mentioned, right, you can post your questions into the chat. You can ask me. We'll have two breaks in between wherein we'll take up questions to engage and understand your perspective so that I can answer if anything is relevant from my experience. And you can also help me learn if something new or different you have observed. So today, PR Beyond the Flyer, it's divided into two parts. The first is the member centered approach, and the second is the tool center. So I've divided the entire session in these two parts. First will be the member center, and second will be the tool center. Keeping the session generic such that it is not about core branding or the brand manual or how does the VPPR design the flyer, but relevant for each and every member. Maybe a club member, maybe a member who has just joined recently, maybe a club officer, maybe a district officer, or maybe someone who is here to just understand how they can brand themselves or their journey in Toastmasters, in their professional life, or even beyond Toastmasters. So the very first part, promote Toastmasters, foster camaraderie, and build teams are the 3 points which I'm going to discuss. When we speak about promote Toastmasters, what we can do. If anyone wants to answer in the chat, I would be happy to see your responses. What do you think promote Toastmasters can be? You can type in the chat if any responses you feel is
Talking to non-Toastmasters about Toastmasters.
yes, talking to
Essentially, sharing
non-Toastmasters,
sharing your journey, sharing your journey,
sharing
sharing
your sharing your journey. True. Inform others that you are around. Yes, Manoj, definitely inform others. So over the course of my journey, right, I've realized that promote Toastmasters, we usually think it is for non-members. But I've learned that it is not just for non-members. It is for us, each you and me. It belongs to the members of the club. Are we promoting our members' achievements when a member completes a milestone? Maybe the member spoke for the first time. Maybe the member received the best ribbon for the first time. Are we promoting that? Are we making those achievements memorable on our social media, on other mediums which we have to engage? The beyond the club accomplishments, maybe I have cracked an interview. How much credit do I give to Toastmasters? I have been a Toastmaster for say 3 years and I crack a very important interview. Do I share the journey that because of Toastmasters, this was that aspect which helped me? Maybe not entirely, but it would be around 10 to 15% that Toastmasters have helped you become better. Yes, the questions coming in, the presentation I'll share over the link. You can directly access. But yes, right now, let's engage. I would prefer all of you to interact onto the chat so that I can pick up your questions and customize the session accordingly. These are the three elements: members of the club, achievements, and beyond the club achievements. Usually we post about our members completing a path level, or maybe we'll post about the members being the best in the club meeting. But apart from that, what? Our club is a community, right? If someone in the club or a member is getting some accolades in their professional journey, why not highlight that, be that promoted on your social medias, on your ways of engagement? Because telling others about what our club is made up of, what our community is made up of, helps us express better. I'll share a couple of examples on how members are promoting Toastmasters and how these examples particularly have piqued my interest and curiosity that have made me follow and engage with them. The other three aspects which you see at the bottom is benefits of communication, leadership, Toastmasters platform. The posters which we use may be about the meeting, but how many times have you really created a poster about how communication is beneficial? How are you benefiting on the communication aspect? What leadership skills can you learn from Toastmasters? What is the Toastmasters platform all about? What opportunities it provides you? So these are the areas where I believe we should engage more, try to promote apart from our club meetings, apart from the club winners, because this will help us tell the world that what our club is made up of, and in turn engage with the larger audience on the internet. So a couple of examples I'll just share. One of the examples is by a club in District 126, Gurukul Education Toastmasters. I've really loved how they make those carousel posts, which is how to overcome different aspects, social anxiety, and what Toastmasters have helped us overcome members, and how does it provide the safe environment, remembering the club mission statement, because that is one thing which is common throughout the world. So using those, how we are able to project what is Toastmasters helps sometimes. Next example could be how are we promoting about, say, members completing their renewals? How many of the clubs are completing their renewals? What are the various awards which our members are winning? So promoting about the members' awards, achievements beyond just the meeting. It is throughout the Toastmasters journey. Once they get associated to you, you have to ensure that you are engaging and promoting their achievements. Let's go to the next part, which I specifically really love this point, which is foster camaraderie. How can you do that? We learn at Toastmasters that we can develop our skills. One can develop leadership. Someone will tell you that this is how you can foster camaraderie. This is how you can bring a belongingness in your club. But are we practicing it regularly? You can become a better speaker without using fillers because you're continuously practicing on the platform. Similarly, is our club really practicing the sense of belongingness? Are we really engaging on regular basis? Are we forming valuable connections? A club is like your family. So try to foster the camaraderie. Maybe start with few people among the club officers, maybe few enthusiastic members who are always available, and try to see that belongingness increases. Over time, this will impact your quality of meetings. Maybe a member is unable to take some role. At that instance, someone else will pitch in because they understand that we all are family and we need to support and pitch in when someone else is not available. Engage on your guest groups. We try to create our guest groups and leave it up to the VP membership. He or she will call the members, speak to them about Toastmasters. But what about us? I'm not just talking about the VPPRs. Any one of us. How I have learned. I may be a teacher. My club has at least 3 to 4 teachers. I can ask a teacher to record their experience and share on the guest group. Maybe there may be some other teachers who might have that call of action. Yes, I need to visit this club because teachers like me are there. Maybe you have CAs, maybe you have IT professionals, students, MBA grads. Try to use members of the club and engage the guest groups so that it is not dull. Keep the moment as lively as possible. And that is what I believe will help us foster camaraderie. One can practice it to make it better. I'm not saying that today you will start and you will be able to be the best. It will take time. It takes months for a club to come together and start interacting and engaging apart from Toastmasters. Now, many of you might have this question: how can we do this in corporates? Why not? In corporates, a lot of times I've seen around cafeterias, members gather around with a cup of coffee and are engaging. Why not do this over a meeting or in a place? Gather all the Toastmasters and try to engage. Figure out how is the workplace, how are they utilizing Toastmasters. In general, do the small talk and try to ensure that valuable connections are formed. Once a member feels comfortable, they will experiment. And once they will experiment, you can promote the results of those experiments beyond the club and help everyone know more about your club as an entity. Couple of examples which I came across. One such is beyond the club, what we can do. You can go on treks, celebrate Friendship Day together. You can try to have different meetings, different activities, play games, try to do physical activities. Maybe you can go out for a walk, cycle along together, visit some place. Try to do different things. Try to enjoy with your club members so that you can build the camaraderie and practice it on regular basis. What else can be done? This is one of another club which I came across, and I really liked their approach of fostering camaraderie. Why do we say, why does our members love our club? Highlighting it during a celebration meeting. Why do they love Toastmasters? Let this be unique, innovative ways come out from each and every club. Not necessary for you to celebrate your 100th meeting and do something like this. If you're just 10 meetings old, you can still do it. If you are 800th meeting old, you can still share with the world what your members love about your club. So such engagements help you come together and practice camaraderie on time and time. And that is how you will be able to promote Toastmasters and your club or your community to the world, which is going beyond the flyer. The next aspect is building teams. We all say, right, at Toastmasters, we learn leadership. We try to lead groups. Why not build teams? You are the leader, but try to involve other members of the club so that you can engage with them. You can delegate. You can sharpen other members' skills so that they can lead. You can try to create teams. Maybe your club has 3 to 4 different social media accounts. Form a team of two members who is managing one. Come together, be consistent. You can have your own timetable and at the same time be consistent because you have a team who can work along with you. You can tailor the content. Tailor the content means customizing it for the audience and the platform. On LinkedIn, I can target students. I can target corporate professionals. I can target people who are there as coaches, mentors who are trying to expand their network. Networking can be a point of origin for them to come and visit your club. Delegation, being a team, you can brainstorm. There are a lot of creative ideas which can come. You can filter out the ideas which you really want to work upon. The next aspect is mobilize the club members. How many of your club members, if I ask in the chat, once the VPPR shares about your meeting theme, you are reposting it on your WhatsApp status? How many of us really do this? Are we doing that? Thank you, Meghna. Meghna shares that she does it. Rita, Saral, yes, couple of members do share it and make a point that it is that which we need to do. You can mobilize all the club members. It can be not just one member, it can be the entire club promoting about Toastmasters. Just imagine the poster going out from, say, 15 to 20 different members can make a very different impact. They'll reach out to you. I used to never post on WhatsApp status. It was only when I stepped into the leadership journey, I realized that I need to share about myself with the world. And that's when I began posting. And in my network, all the people whom I would have never imagined, they came back to me asking, what is Toastmasters? I got them to Toastmasters and they have joined different clubs across the world. So you ensure that you are mobilizing all the club members. Maybe not every week, but even if you are able to mobilize your entire club members in the 6 months of your journey, then that's an achievement which can continue for the next week if you are to take forward. Why do you want to do everything alone? Try to do it with team. Plan a successor because you cannot really do things on your own. Once you leave, there are clubs which have a very high point in their PR journey because at that time they had a VPPR who was absolutely brilliant, designing brilliant, ideas were brilliant. But after a point, that activity goes down because he or she was trying to do everything alone. May have formed teams, but the teams were just with experienced members. Try to have the team with everyone so that tomorrow, when someone else is there in your space, they can try to do them all over again because they have seen you doing it. So that is all about building teams. Now let us see what are the different examples which I've seen. How different creativity can come forward when you have teams. For example, Mumbai Toastmasters, one of the largest clubs as they are in the Asia, they can do these different activities not just because of one VPPR, but because of a team of VPPR buddies who are there. Someone records the behind the scenes, someone records the meetings moments, someone records the guest reactions, someone records the new members' reaction, and everything is clubbed together to form what is special about that club. So ensure that you work along with a team because no one can do everything all alone. The other example which I came across was how a club tries to update themselves with the ongoing reels. Reels have taken Instagram like nothing like you would have seen. It's a new way of engagement. You can try to engage with them with different aspects of communication because as a team, you can try and do different things together. Otherwise, if one person goes ahead and does this, it will look like a monologue and not a dialogue or conversation. You can use members of the club to form a story, use them as characters, and let it be promoted over social media engagements or your guest groups. So these are the points which I had on the build teams aspect. So the three things which is promote Toastmasters, foster camaraderie, or I would say practice camaraderie on regular basis, build teams because why you want to do everything alone. These are the 3 points which I wanted to highlight from the members approach, members centered, because all of them is not possible without the support of your club members or even without the support of fellow VPPRs. We tell we want to practice camaraderie between our clubs, among our club members. Why not practice it among different clubs? A club is sharing something, try to reshare it on your platform. Try to engage with them, comment over there, go ahead and like it, try to reshare it from your personal profiles. And that is how you foster camaraderie among different clubs, clubs of different regions. District 98 is vast, spread across 3 to 4 states. Why not? Someone from Gujarat tries to promote something from Mumbai. Someone from Mumbai tries to promote something from Rajasthan. That is how you build a larger team and you foster camaraderie on a community wide scale. These were the few points which I wanted to share from my personal experiences. Now let us have 5 minutes of questions from all of you. And I would love if you could ask me questions as to what are your thoughts on these 3 points. Do you really feel that will help? Or do you think there can be something else? Yes, Venkat Sai, please go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, so when you were sharing about the reels, Instagram reels, and offline meetings, now when we talk about the online clubs, who me from Charismatic Speakers, we meet only online, and we see as a family in our Toastmasters, but we get members, but they don't join or something like that, and we have the PR activities doing beautiful. But what is your suggestion? What can be done better if we are off online club? If you
All
are a
right.
totally online club.
All right, Venkat. I'll share on all the 3 aspects which I posted. Promoting of Toastmasters. Once, when the world went online, right, I, along with a fellow Toastmaster, we went ahead to do a different kind of meeting, which was titled as hashtag 24. And it was done for 24 hours. At that time, we wanted to form a core team. What we did was we expressed our ideas. We tried to engage with different members. We brought them together, shared our thoughts, and heard from them. So, in an online club, you can try to ask your members what is that one thing which makes them come to an online meeting. There are clubs across the world which meet online. And if you visit them, you will be surprised by the type of meetings which they do. There are a lot of fun activities, a lot of engagement. They practice on this Zoom virtual box, nothing like they are trying to face the camera and they promote that aspect. In an offline club, you are there facing the audience. But in an online club, you are facing the world because the camera which records you can be shared across. And that is how you practice. So you can use those points to reach out to members. Another thing to remember, do not feel disheartened if you had 6 members join in a meeting, but no one joined as a guest. You have to be consistent. Let them keep coming. You practice among with your club members because you believe that I want to be part of an online club and practice. So continue the practice because that is what is important at the end of the day. Other aspects can continue to be there. You can continue to engage, continue to bring in members. But yes, try to innovate. There are a lot of online engagement tools which are there outside. If you want, you can reach out to me. I will share separately. But one of the favorite tools which I've seen in the clubs is Kahoot. They try to use it to form quizzes, form various engagements around using polls. You can engage, let have members share their opinions, record these moments, and then share it over your social media. We do polls and engagement on our meeting, but we stop over there. We should try and go ahead and do the same over our social media. Try to engage with your followers. Put a question on your story. Let them answer. Try different questions. Maybe sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not. I had tried a couple of questions. Out of 7 questions I had tried for one activity, I received responses only in one. So I learned that that one question is the type of questions which members will answer. So it is not 100% success. If you take out the percentage, it is very less. But I know that one thing will definitely work. So keep experimenting because Toastmasters platform is for experimentation. Next question has been asked by Sunita that branding guidelines we tend to forget when we try to do such engagements, right? Always remember, be within the brand guidelines. Using those basic colors, using the basic fonts, using the imagery which is there, you can do a lot. Try to follow clubs which maintain good branding aspects. Try to learn from them. Once in a time, you can try to do something different. but ensure that you are within branding. If you want to do something innovative, reach out to Toastmasters International. There are so many VPPRs who make different kinds of videos, and they reach out to Toastmasters International, the brand team, and they let them know that what can be changed, or if it is something which they can use for one-time activity. So that is something which you can try. Next question, Abbas.
I have Share. Thank you. Share, quick question about the branding bit. Now, I hear you say that always be in the branding ambit, which is great. It's like telling a child that you have to score 100% in school, which is great. Tell me, why should I be in the branding ambit? Obviously, I understand the importance of branding. I come from a club that follows branding completely, and I'm with you when you say it. I want to know, but why? Why do you want me to use those 5 colors and not explore the world? Because it's something that I mean, we hear beyond work, beyond family. We just here to develop ourselves. So why constrain ourselves? So I want to know why the reason for those 5 colors, those 4 fonts, and those particular things that we can do. Thank you.
Thank you, Abbas, for your question. Well, years earlier, when I first started as a VPPR, I had the same question. And I had asked my mentors who shared this one aspect, that just imagine you are there in your club, which is in, say, Mumbai. All right. You see the posters, which is compliant, which is as per the branding guideline. You are sure that this is what Toastmasters do. Tomorrow, when I visit another city, if they follow the same colors, I can resemble that it is similar, and this is what I can go ahead and do. In fact, consistency helps us identify the brand of Toastmasters. It helps us identify that all these different entities across different places practice the same thing. Another example I had received was, just imagine if the McDonald's have different kinds of logos all across, will you go ahead and purchase them with the same zeal which you do it in your home city? It will not be that way. Experimentation is fine, but being within the consistent guidelines helps us be relevant across the world. That is what I believe is the importance of branding, and that is why we should be within that framework. Next question is how to create a team of VPPR in a club and how to guide them. Why you want to, well, you want to create a team, ask members in the club as to how. Do not ask them that you have to do a club officer role. I have tried that and it doesn't work. Ask members whether they want to develop skills of managing the social media, whether they want to understand about personal branding, whether they want to understand when they create something, how it is engaged by members. If yes, any of these answers are yes, include them and do not give anything else. Whatever they have answered yes to, just delegate that aspect. Today, you might be only able to find one person. Someone will say, I just want to learn how to write posts on LinkedIn because I want to grow my professional network. Let them write about Toastmasters. Let them write about the club meetings. How many of us really write about the club meetings? When I do a timer role, am I really going ahead and writing on LinkedIn? What am I publishing? What I learned? Try to do these things. And that is the first step. Recently, around 2 months ago, I asked one LinkedIn growth member, wonderful engagement on LinkedIn, a lot of different posts, not just Toastmasters, but beyond. And I asked him, how can I start writing? I even want to share about my technical journey. He said to me that technical journey is something which you can start later. Start with Toastmasters first. Mention about your club meetings first. Because he asked me that when I asked you, he met first time, he was very surprised as what timer role was. I explained with joy because I loved that role, but he didn't got the understanding of it. But years later, when he saw someone else express the same benefits of that role on LinkedIn, he understood. So try to engage with those content, make it relevant, tailor it to the social platform where you are engaging. Even in fact, I have to start my journey over LinkedIn, and that is a task which I have kept for January 2024. From then, I'm going to start writing about all my experiments in Toastmasters, and it is something which you all should look forward to because your feedback will help me become better. Next question is by Brinda. I heard her raise her hand, but she's not there. Brinda, are you there? If you can ask your question. All right.
She may not be at her desk.
No, she is asking to unmute her.
No, I did.
All right, Brinda, you can post a question in the chat. We shall take it up.
Yes, she
So
is
this-
unmute.
All right. Not able to see her unmuted. No worries. We shall
There are-
move forward.
There are actually two.
Yeah,
two-
I got it.
All right.
Can you hear me? I just wanted
Yes.
to answer the bus question why branding is so important. I just wanted to add on that. But anyway,
Sure.
you answered, so we can take
All
it.
right. Thanks, Brinda. So this was about my experiences from the members-centered approach. Now, me being a technical person, right? Someone who loves data points, someone who loves exploring tools. There is the second approach, which is tools, doing analysis, making use of different tools which are available, and how we can use them to promote or even go beyond the flyer. This is not just relevant to Toastmasters. In case if you want, you can personally brand yourself. You can form portfolios. If you really want to know how, there are a lot of accredited speakers around the globe. They are someone who get paid for their speaking opportunities, but how do they reach there? You should try to learn about their journey, how they have made their portfolios, how they've branded themselves using their professional Toastmasters, and a combination over a portfolio of websites. That is something to definitely try to research and learn more. But I will share with you a different perspective of how you can use tools. Tools around, for me, tools is everything which is digital. It can be social media platforms, it can be analytics, it can be purposeful content creation. Now, with the advent of AI, content creation is in a jiffy. But how you can make it purposeful is what we'll see today. Now, let's talk about social media. One thing which I recently learned from one of the VPPRs from Ahmedabad Toastmasters Club is having a social media calendar. When she shared the social media calendar with me, she had marked each holidays different milestones wherein you have to do a different activity with the members. So she ensured that every holiday has some activity or some different element which I'll share with my social media followers. And that is how she prepared that social media calendar, which is really important. In fact, when we go over our PR resources on Toastmasters, we have the PR calendar. What I will do in the month of July, what I'll do after September, what I'll do after December. Plan it, plan before, so that you know what kind of engagements you need to do. Second element is consistent engagement. I've seen there are clubs which, when they are not meeting, they post a poster saying that we are not meeting. Some clubs even have a reels made out of it as to why we are not meeting, so that the members always remember that today was their content which was supposed to be published. If it is there, and if it is not there, what is the purpose? So remain consistent. Consistent engagement also depends on the type of engagement you do. Maybe you are just posting a poll about how many of you are joining my next meeting. Add a reminder. You're asking a question. Are you excited to know more? These polls, keep it consistent. Do not do that 1 month you have asked a poll as to, are you going to join us? And next month the poll is all about, do you think this theme is relevant to your life? Do not change the engagement strategies. Keep it consistent month to month. You can experiment during the month, have variety, but next month you be consistent. You may not see the growth eventually or instantly, but in a long run, there is a particular engagement which gets built up. And I've seen members interact with those polls, those kind of posts. So ensure that your engagement is consistent. Regular content publishing, it's similar. You publish your content regularly. Try to post something every week. Hashtags. Now, there is a very interesting YouTube series which speaks about hashtags, how you can explore hashtags, what's its relevance, how many posts are there. In fact, you can go ahead and pick up one hashtag, maybe Toastmasters. Try to see on Toastmasters how many posts you get. Try to see, filter it out from the entities which are regularly publishing, and then try to see their engagement levels. How many likes are there? How many comments are there? And then you'll realize which hashtags are relevant. One very interesting hashtag is the milestone, which Toastmasters use. That hashtag has plenty of engagement over Instagram, because that's the only meeting I believe the entire club comes together to promote and is excited. So ensure that your hashtags are relevant and it is recorded, used recursively in each post, maintaining a consistency. Tag your members and repost this content. If it is your Toastmaster of the day, tag them so that they can repost it. If it's a speaker who is going to present in that meeting, tag them, let them repost. If it's a club which has done the meeting, maybe theme of the meeting has been done by one of the club, you can tag them and share, we have taken up the challenge and we are trying to do it. Inter-tagging among each other helps the network to grow. And that way what happens, Instagram understands, okay, this post you have tagged among these groups, these accounts, then whatever they share comes onto your feed. And that is how relevancy increases of your feed. So try to tag members and repost, help each other. It's not just the VPPR who needs to does everything. It's all of us. It's the VP membership. It's the club officers. It's the members participating in the meeting, club members. Try to share, and even members beyond the community. Try to post each other's content so that it is out there and more people are sharing it. In fact, there is an analysis which if you'll Google, what is the growth index of likes, comments, share, save. So all these three things, likes, comments, share, and save, have different level of engagement points. It helps the content become that relevant. The highest is when you save the content. Try to save the content of your club. At least you can do it for your own club. Then you can do it for relevant other clubs. And that is how those content will start gaining relevancy and it will become more familiar among the clubs which are using those common hashtags. So that's how we can increase the engagement over social media. I have studied around 4 to 5 accounts during the pandemic and how they have grown tremendously just by ensuring these things. In fact, there is an educational session which we did in District 98 a couple of years back, which you can view, which all speaks about how to make social media posts and engagement more better. The example which I came across, which I want to share, is of the Ahmedabad Toastmasters as to how their posts are there. Everything, newsletter, the Toastmaster of the Day, winners post. In fact, newsletter launch is coming up, that is being announced. Level competitions are there. In fact, guest theme. This is an interesting initiative. Guess the theme. You can engage the members of your community around. Let them engage with you. Let them guess your theme. Then you have each festivals are highlighted. So there is different kinds of engagement. I believe this particular account is using social media to the best and trying to do a lot of things and being consistent. The next thing which I came across was this particular club, Hill Capital. Their consistency and the posts which they do always highlights their members. With this point, I want to highlight one aspect is have members give you good pictures. Use good pictures. Don't use their LinkedIn picture. Don't use their WhatsApp profile picture. Reach out. Ask them to share relevant post pictures. And then you can put them in your posters, moments of truth posters. It's captured during the meeting and relevant things are created. Another club which is there in our district which uses relevant posters is Readers and Debaters. Their club has relevant post pictures which helps them engage better. Create flyers which speaks loudly and everyone interacts with it. In fact, whenever these posters are shared, almost most of the club groups members I've seen, they're reacting to it. They're engaging with it. Such pictures are only possible by you. The VPPR approaches you, but you have to share these pictures. So ensure that you are contributing to have better engagement on social media. Next, let's go to the purposeful content. How do we define a purposeful content? Relevant keywords? Yes. Hashtags? Yes. Audience alignment? When we are trying to reach out, right? Customize the post. For example, recently I was discussing with one of the trust officers who's trying to open a new club. Now, just during that brainstorming discussion, what we came across was how we can have this purposeful content. For example, why does the speech needs to be having an opening body and conclusion? Why not the content of your post, which you do it over Facebook, social media, WhatsApp, should have the opening body and conclusion? Define an opening statement which attracts, define a body which speaks about it, and define a conclusion which is a call of action. Do you want them to like your post? Do you want them to join your meeting, join a group? Do you want them to act on something? That's why OBC is relevant for the content. And you can define this. Use ChatGPT, Google Bard, a lot of different AI tools are there. Try to create the content which is specific and relevant. It is purposeful. You can write your own creative content and then use the AI to complement this content better. Have a value proposition. Use storytellings in your write up, not just the flyers or just the videos and reels which we design. Let the content be proposing some value to the members so that they can act. The new club example which I took, what I shared with the officer was have a starting statement, opening statement. In the body, maybe you are opening the club for the college students. Invite college members across the district and have their video testimonials. And then call of action is to join a group or maybe follow a link. If you're customizing it to professionals, ask them how they are using Toastmasters. Open it with something, make your presentations impactful. Then define a video or a testimonial, and then call of action as to join or follow that person. That is how we use OBC in our content to make it purposeful. I've seen clubs doing this, and their posts definitely have more engagements. So we also need to try and do these things, explore the world of VPPRs or the Toastmasters, because on social media, there are a lot of clubs doing different kinds of things. I'm not saying everything shall work for you, but there are a few things which will definitely. My video camera has gone, so we'll have the voice till then. So that is the aspect of diversifying the content, diversify into reels, maybe stories, share about the theme of meeting in a story form, have your role players become characters, share a story so that people are engaged. We all learn these various things. We want to become a persuasive speaker, we want to become an influencer speaker, but are we using those content when we are sharing that? Is a question we need to ask ourselves and try to use it in that way. Diversify your content. A couple of examples which I came across. So this is our district itself. We had tried to create testimonials as to how was the leadership experience of members. We can use such testimonials, make ourselves videos and share it across, because this is you creating purposeful content and engaging. Simple caption, real testimonials, real results, hear from our members and join us. Opening body and conclusion with relevant hashtags. This is what we can try and do. Next, another example. So this is around a concept called as Speechcraft, wherein we as Toastmasters clubs can engage with non-Toastmasters and help them gain the experience of Toastmasters in a concise form. How can you do that? So that is how you can use purposeful content, content driven for specific activities, specific call of action. So these are the few things on the purposeful content. Now we can take few questions before we move to the analytics part. And let me also check my camera. All right, I see a question. How to target a versatile community as a community club? Maybe once you can target professionals, once you can target teachers, once you can target homemakers. Do it once. Set up a theme for a week and engage around that. Set up a theme for a month and engage around that. You cannot target everyone at a time. Target specifically one theme in a week or one theme in a month. And that is how you can diversify your engagement and target multiple different sectors of people. Anyone has any other questions?
Akshay, one question I have.
Yes, Sanjeev.
How when you talk about social media, how frequent is a good frequency? Like there are I mean, from an individual perspective, there are people who forever are on social media. But when we post uh, content about the clubs, about club meeting, about Toastmasters, uh, is it okay to overdo it?
All right. So definitely not okay to overdo it. In fact, even if you see different sectors. So I'll take this example. I was discussing with one of the PR and asking them how is their engagement on their Instagram account. So they mentioned that over the weekends, we do get guests who join us, but it is the weekdays when our content gets engagement. So it's during the weekdays, during certain durations in the early mornings, late evenings, usually after office hours, that when they get engagement. There was this another member I was speaking. So he works in news media. And for them, it is regular. They have to post every hour because every hour someone is going over their Instagram and checking what's the latest news. So depending upon the type of content and the urgency or the way audience is interacting, try to see. In fact, if you want to understand as to how you can speak about when you should post, try to analyze couple of clubs and see when they are getting engagement, when they are getting comments, when they are getting reshares. You can see when they have posted, how long ago. Try to prepare a chart. X club posted around 16 hours ago. Y club posted around 12 hours ago. Z club posted around 6 hours ago. Which club has maximum engagement? And that is how you can figure out what is the most optimal. You can try that when you're posting similar content and you can keep revising the same approach. Eventually, you will find a particular duration for your club when it is the best. Maybe your club might have followers who come from, I know Sanjeev is good with stand up. So his club may have followers or his account may have followers who are a lot of stand up or open mic artists. So they might engage with his content at a specific duration. We have members in our community who are influencers who post regular content every morning. So their followers engage with them on morning basis. So that is how we figure out when we need to engage. And that is the best approach I can share for now. Never overdo it. Try to go ahead and do it on relevant times. Yes, Sunita?
Yeah, I mean, I started posting recently, so I just wanted to add that there's also a meta business from which you can schedule your post and keep. So even if you do not have a time to post and everything, you can schedule your post. And what meta business usually does is looking at your pattern of how you've posted, it usually starts suggesting you. This is the day when most of your followers engage on your account, or this is the time which is the best for you. So you can also try using that scheduling tool to understand your followers. How often do they come and at what time and which day prefers? So then you can actually plan your calendar based on that.
Thank you, Sunita, for addition. I was going to cover as to how you can schedule your post. In fact, you can do that right from the Canva itself. There are ways wherein you can do it from Canva. There are ways wherein you can use platforms and schedule your post. Nowadays, you can even send emails later. So scheduling a post has become very easy. We'll see that how we explore different tools, which I want to speak about. So I have 9 more minutes. There are 2 questions. One is around the brand guidelines. So this session, I wanted to keep beyond the PR and the branding. If you want to learn more about branding, There are different sessions which are already available on the District 98 Wednesday Wisdom page, which has been done in the past, specifically around branding. If you go to the PR corner and the PR resources, you have 3 to 4 videos all around branding and as to how you can create posters. So those sessions will help you gain more in-depth insight. This one, we'll see what else we can do apart from designing flyers. There is another question which is to share about the PR plan. So let me deep dive into the last segment, which is the analytics. Let me know if the screen is visible. All right. So Instagram and LinkedIn provides you insights. Compare the reach on activities, self-analyze as to how I mentioned, right? X, Y, Z. You can do self-analysis. If you want, you can connect with me and I will help you automate that process using technology. But otherwise, you can also start by doing self-analysis. Monitor other people's growth as to how they're growing. Which club in our district has the highest followers? Try to follow them. See their posts, engage with them. You'll learn more about how we can grow ourselves. Infographics. Try to use infographics to present more about your club's growth and analytics and insights. I'll show you insights in a couple of minutes as to how different insights can be used to know when to post, what to post, which is our demographic, what we need to do about it. So this is on the analytics front. Now, in order to have an analytics in Instagram, you need 2 types of accounts, which is creator or business. And LinkedIn, you get this analytics by default if you are a page or a group, and it becomes easier to know how many people are engaging. In fact, even if you're a member, you get analytics on the posts which other people are following or interacting with. But on Instagram, you need to have creator or business account. Creator account is the one which I prefer. But yes, it is up to you. If you are running paid marketing campaigns, then the business account will definitely help you give much rich insights. Let's see on the analytics fronts. This is the LinkedIn reach and performance. It gives you the visitor analytics, page views. You can set up a duration and know how many page views have increased, what you have done that month. We usually tend to see, okay, views have increased, but what activity did I do to bring that view? We should analyze. So on X-axis, you can plot the activities. On Y-axis, you can plot the reach. And that is how you can figure out which activities are giving you more reach. Follower insights, content analytics, reactions, comments, the reposts. Instagram, you get to see the followers and non-followers, how many people are leaving, how many people are engaging, how many non-followers are engaging, the content reach, which is having more reach, reels, posts or stories or videos. You can get professional dashboard as to when the interaction or when the insights was the highest, which are the cities wherein you are reaching. This is one of the clubs with the highest engagement. I was trying to find a club in District 98 which has the most number of followers. They may be old, but their engagement percentage is tremendous. 75%, 70+% engagement, which is there on the content which they are creating. So definitely something different they are doing. We can try to learn and understand how the kind of posts or what kind of engagement they are planning. The number of watch, the reels have taken up a tremendous space. So we should try and update ourselves on reels. This is how you get around different aspects. Do not worry. The presentation will be available. You can see for yourself later on. Now, these tools, let us discuss some more tools. I've discussed about ChatGPT, how you can use to refine content, how you can use Canva and Meta Business Platform or Instagram creator and business account to promote and schedule posts as well as gain insights. There are different tools. One such tool is Bitly, which helps you track your links. You can track your links when you're sharing over platforms. From which platform you're getting more reach. More people are coming up to your Instagram. Do not share your Instagram links directly. Use Bitly to shorten it and add tracking elements to it. Search about UTM parameters. This is a complex term, but if you search about it, it becomes very easy to understand. You can try to engage and try to share content in Bitly forms so that it gives you the idea as to where the members are coming from. So use tracking in your links. Do not post them raw. Second thing can be create websites, backlinks. Now, backlinks is nothing but a reputed or a very high engaging platform. Links, you are embedding it in your website. So if you embed toastmasters.org links in your website, that will create a backlink mechanism. You can use your own posts. Right now, the District 98 has a blog. So in the blogs, we have used our own links again, which is a backlink, which helps the engagement and makes the post more relevant. So when you're tagging a more engaging in a known platform, your post gets more higher ranking in the Google search. So that's how the backlink works. Search engine optimization, using keywords, what kind of metadata should be added. You can study this. It's an interesting domain to explore. Blogs, newsletters, meetups. Try to engage media relations. There are clubs. I heard about a club in Rajasthan which went ahead and posted their meeting details over news media. So that is something which you can do on your own basis. Influencer marketing. So many Toastmasters are influencers. If they're part of your club, reach out to them and ask them to share something about the club once in a while. Brainstorm among fellow VP memberships, VPPRs. It's you have, I'm not sure, but we engineers learned that interdisciplinary approach. Every engineer needs to work together to make the society work. Similarly, all the VP memberships, VPPRs, and members of the club need to work together to promote Toastmasters and about the community beyond the flyers. There are paid marketings which you can do. The future trends. Now, what are the future trends? There are a lot of trends coming up. There are clubs which have started using ChatGPT. What does the ChatGPT says about my club? What does the chat members say about the clubs? One word, and they have used it to form a word cloud and posted on ChatGPT to understand how much relevance it is among the context of text and content, purposeful content. You can do such things and try to use it over your social media. Try to be different using the future trends. Now, this is on the technological front, but you can also understand the trends on your reels purpose. Different reels. There are various variety of reels which comes up and becomes famous overnight. Be the first one to create down those reels and post over your Instagram. So this is what all I had experience or have seen in my Toastmasters journey. In the last 3 years, when I've become really, you can say, an enthusiast about the PR and the promotions, as to how you can brand the community, brand yourself, promote the community, promote members. That's all from my side on this. Now we can take certain questions. If you wish to have any questions, let us take them up.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you very much. We have just a minute, so one question we can take. Anybody has any question?
Anyone wishes to ask any question, you can reach out to me.
Yeah, you can also fill the feedback form, which I think Sanjeev shared in the chat. You can post your question there if you want it to be answered later. That will also be done.
And I would recommend the VPPRs and the VP memberships to keep the WhatsApp groups which they're part of engaging, ask more questions, try to brainstorm over discussions. Those groups are made so that you can interact with each other. That is not to post when you have added members or when you have your meeting posters. Try to engage, because we are a community and together we can achieve a lot more, which we can do individually. So try to engage over there. Hoping to hear more follow-ups post this session so that I can also learn new things from you all. Thank you all for listening. If anything, do fill the feedback form, because that will help me make these sessions better, because this is the first time I've taken a session beyond the flyer. Usually I used to take around Canva or branding, but this is the first time I try to experiment with a different topic, which may be relevant to a larger audience.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for joining today, and we will be back with the next Wednesday Wisdom 5 very soon. Please look out for the announcement for the next session. And thank you everybody for your support, and have a great rest of the day.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Akshay.